Hi, my name is Adrian, also known as the Gut Geek, and I'm recording this from my study in London. It's a beautiful warm evening in late September. Sun is shining, and what I'm going to do is run through my 5 key strategies which are going to help you to start fixing your digestion problems. I've done a whole bunch of geeky research, I've experimented on myself, I've chatted about it with thousands of other people, so you don't have to. Now, why is this stuff important? Because I know loads of you out there are struggling with pain on a regular basis from digestion problems, stomach cramps, discomfort in your stomach, down in your guts, low energy, bloating after meals, acid reflux, maybe you have diarrhea, maybe you have constipation, maybe you have one of those followed by another. And these things may also be affecting your skin, your mood. You might also have an autoimmune condition like psoriasis. So if, like me, you're feeling confused, overwhelmed, fed up, then I reckon what you need is a 5-step checklist that you can start tackling today and start seeing some immediate benefits. Okay, first question, first point, first tip is figure out how bad is it? How bad am I today? Where am I at? Why is this important? Because the more severe your issues are and the longer you've had them, the deeper you're going to have to go into these strategies that I'll get to next. And also, secondly, you need to be able to monitor your progress on a daily basis. Okay? So just very quickly, create a document, create a little diary. It's going to be your Gut Geek diary. You are now going to be a member of the Gut Geek family. Okay? You just need 3 columns in this document, one for the date, one for your score, and one for notes. So your score is, so how am I doing today on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 is the worst, that's hell. 10 is the best, that's just total perfection. You're aiming for 7 or above, okay? That's kind of normal, nice functioning, happy digestion, happy health. It's kind of semi-scientific, just go with it, it's going to work, trust me. Okay, number 2. This is where it gets a little bit more demanding. Cut out or massively cut down on processed foods. This is a biggie. Processed foods are everywhere, and for some of you are eating a lot of your meals from packets or ready meals, stuff like that. Maybe some of you are already cooking your food at home, in which case go straight to the top of the class. But what I'm asking you to do is get away from stuff like this, processed cheese, donuts, here's another bad one, margarine, that's very processed. Why? All of these things have their nutrients leached out of them by the processes they've been through, and they have a bunch of horrible crap put in there which your body doesn't know what to do with, and they're just making you sick. Now you might look at other people and say, well, they're eating this stuff, how, they're getting away with it. Well, they're lucky. Some people can get away with it, others of us are more sensitive, and we need to just give that stuff a wide berth. We don't want to let it in our bodies because it's just not helping. Okay, next one. So this is point 3 out of 5. Keep with me. Cut out or massively cut down starchy carbohydrates. What, Adrian, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Okay, starchy carbohydrates, I mean stuff like wheat and things that wheat are in, like pasta, bread. I'm also talking about rice and oats. things like that, okay? The kind of thing that you often put in your meal to fill you up. Now, I'm not saying that these foods necessarily cause gut problems, but they are harder for your system to digest. And if your gut has got into a state where it's out of balance, then you need to create a space there in your gut where everything is optimal to healing. And these kind of foods are not optimal. So if you cut them out for a while, you can allow the healing to take place, and then you can slowly reintroduce them later. But I'm talking for at least 6 months, maybe longer, maybe less, depends where you are. Remember point 1. Okay. Help, Adrian, what do I eat instead if I'm cutting out all of these things that I eat with every meal, like pasta and rice and bread? Okay, fortunately, there are loads of very talented chefs and bloggers and nutrition people out there with tons of creative ideas. Just follow my Twitter feed, and every day I share links to really tasty recipes that fit with this nutritional approach. Okay. Point 4. You're not going to like this one that much, folks, but it's going to be worth it. Cut down on your alcohol intake. Okay, so put this under the heading lifestyle, okay? Cut down on alcohol a bit, or as much as you can. If you take recreational drugs, also cut down on them. And stress, we also need to bring that under control. Now, I'm certainly not saying that you can't go out partying. Far from me to say that. Just realize that these recreational substances have a big impact on your digestive system. And if you're serious about getting better, you need to get them under control. Now, I've been working through these dietary systems for the last few years, and my digestion is now way, way, way better than it used to be. It's basically better. I gave up booze 6 months ago, so that's a very recent thing. It's just an experiment. I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm not saying I'm doing it forever. But the reason I mention it is that, trust me, you can go out clubbing, you can go out, partying late at night, you can dance like an idiot, you can chat up girls badly, all without alcohol, trust me. Anyway, the other thing I want to say about stress is just this one simple thing, okay? Because it's a massive topic, but it does also have a massive impact on our health and our digestive health in particular. Give yourself permission to do something fun or relaxing or that you're passionate about on a regular basis. And here's the key part, don't beat yourself up about doing it. Just watch for when that inner critic comes along and says, hey, you should be at work right now. What are you doing lazing around, or what are you doing, messing about on the beach or in the park, blah, 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 blah. Just allow yourself to enjoy it, allow yourself to unwind. It's massively important. Point 5. This is an easy one. It's just about taking a pill. The pill in question is a quality probiotic. So, there are 2 entry-level probiotics that I recommend, ProbioGuard and BioCult. I'll make sure there are links to those with this video. And I also recommend a more advanced one, which is Stronger by Dr. McCullough. There are, however, loads and loads and loads of good ones out there, and I haven't by any means tried them all. But a couple of guidelines, okay? Don't look for something in the supermarket like Yakult. That's not a quality therapeutic product. Instead, go to your pharmacist or your health store and make sure that you get a multi-strain probiotic, not just a single strain, because there's dozens of strains of bacteria working together in our guts, and they're of critical importance to our gut health, absolutely critical. And make sure that you're taking something in the range of 2 to 8 billion CFUs per day. So that's 2 to 8 billion at least per day. CFUs being the geeky way that bacteria are measured. Okay, some of these probiotics go way, way, way higher. For example, the Dr. McCullough one has, I think it's around 70 billion, which is great, but just a lot of people can't start there, particularly if they're starting with a gut that's already out of balance. You need to introduce this stuff gently. You can also not only play around with the dose, gradually increasing it, but you can also play around with different brands of probiotics and find the one that works best for you. Okay, so what's the real benefit of all this stuff I'm going through with you? What's at stake here? I want you to get past this temporary health challenge that you might have been carrying it around for years, but you're going to be able to move past it. And once you do, you can really unleash your true energy, your true potential. You know, whether that's going and running in the park with your kids without feeling tired, or playing frisbee on the beach, or writing that first chapter of that novel, or coding that amazing bit of software, whatever it is for you. You're going to be able to really unleash all that energy once you get better, and you can. So just a very quick recap. This is high tech. Okay, it's homemade, but I love homemade. We're all about homemade here. Okay, the 5 points are: measure where you're at, cut down or at least cut back on processed food, same cut down or completely cut out starchy carbohydrates like wheat and rice. You can come back to them, but just cut them down for now. Cut down on your booze and introduce a probiotic. Okay, Adrian, I've watched your video. What do I do next? Okay, work through this checklist, be systematic about it. Let me know how you get on. Join me on Twitter. We've got a really active conversation going on there, a really great community with other people who've been through this stuff and have really good tips to share, know way more than I do. And Twitter, Facebook, join my mailing list for the latest updates, where I'll be going into way more information about each of these points and a lot more besides. And mostly, good luck.